Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CONCAFA Pod. I am one of your hosts, Bubba Gumpino, joined by not one, but two footy legends. How we doing, lads?
We're doing well. We got the other half today, so we're
Brek's
good.
back.
I'm back.
Team's
Little
back.
hiatus, but I'm back. Stronger than ever.
Oh, boy.
Besides an MCL, you're all right.
Yeah. We're all a little banged up. We're too old.
I'm still sore from TST, but it's all right.
Me too. Just sprinting on the goals. I think I blew out my hip.
I'm starting to feel good though.
There
Feel
you
like
go.
I'm walking.
Jeff was
like
moving
Jaws.
this morning.
I was moving a little bit, but
We're looking for a full tournament from Cameron for next year. That's the main goal at TSD.
no water slides next year, guys. No water slides.
How we feeling about the start to the Gold Cup for the U.S. men's national team? Win over Trinidad and Tobago. They get another win. Malik Tillman has looked really good. He's got 3 goals. I saw people were pissed off that Matt Turner didn't start that game, and Freeze had a bit of a nightmare on that goal. How are you guys feeling about it?
I mean, I'm pretty confident that the guys are. It's a chance for these young players, some of the guys that haven't had the experience with the national team, to show themselves. And like you said, Tillman has impressed me. Watching him, I think he's one of the standouts that he's getting the ball, he's being creative, he's doing some really, really good things, and he's shown himself really, really well. But it's also kind of, they haven't played the toughest competition. I think it will be a good test against Costa Rica, a side that the U.S. knows very well, obviously through Nations League and qualifying and all that kind of stuff. So it will be a good test. And then, obviously U.S. and Costa Rica have a good rivalry there. So I mean, we're not going to be playing up in Colorado where it's snowing, but it will be a good test for sure.
Yeah, I mean, 3 for 3 after the 2 losses in those friendlies, everyone making a big fuss. Like you said, not the best competition, but they did their job. They came out first in the group. Long rest, and Costa Rica, it'll be a battle. It'll be the hardest test they've had in this tournament, but I'm looking forward to it.
Mexico's still the favorite, plus 150 to win it. USA plus 200, Canada plus 500. Mexico's got Saudi there on the other side, so... And then it'd probably be USA and Canada in the semifinals.
Ooh,
I like that. A little rematch from
I like that.
Jesse Marsh, fucking fresh off suspension. I don't know if you want to see him.
I hope he gets another red card. Side off.
Man, he can't help himself, dude. That guy just lives in the fucking mud.
Yeah,
he loves it, dude. He's always
he likes the spotlight.
Yes, dude. It's fucking insane, man.
Hey, whether you hate it or not, he's bringing more attention to Canada than any other coach has.
For sure.
Whether it's good or bad, it's still out there.
I also think it's a little bit of a stupidity as well, though. Like, you represent your team, you go into the final, and you get a red card. I mean, that's what happens if you go, if that's in a tournament. Are you going to do that? You're going to say, yeah, I made the right decision? Were you? Is that the right decision? You don't have the manager on the sideline. And guess what? They didn't have a great result.
No, they have. They have not looked great. He was
upstairs in the bleachers watching.
Yeah.
So it's all fun and games, but for me, it's just the mannerisms that you could say and how you hold yourself. And I'm not trying to go off on him, but at the end of the day, like, you're not a Pep Guardiola. You're someone that's trying to do something special with the Canadian national team, where you've experienced some really poor club performances as a manager and being sacked, and now this is a new opportunity to show yourself. And I think he's done somewhat of a decent job so far, but come on, it all starts with a leader and how you hold yourself, and I think it's just the backhand comments that you make in the media and how he holds himself. I mean, Gump, you were saying that as well. Like, it's just how you hold himself. Is this smug kind of?
He can't get. And I'm from Canada, so it is what it is. But he can't. He just can't get in through any sort of interview without taking a shot at somebody or something.
Correct.
There's just always something, and whatever. That's how he wants to do things with this chip on his shoulder mentality. But
Gumpy, help me out if I'm wrong here, but this from since I've started paying attention to soccer that this is the strongest group they've had in a long, long time, right? So the results they're getting is the results they should be getting.
Yeah, it's not like
And
they're
maybe
like
even more.
they're not overperforming. Like I thought they were very good under the other coach who left.
Yeah, the previous manager he did a fantastic
So he came
job.
from the women's team and he was very good and he got shit on at the World Cup because he did that thing where let's go fuck up Croatia or whatever. It's like there was a camera on a guy when he was speaking, talking to his team after they had just lost the first game of the World Cup. And the first time Canada had been to a World Cup in a long fucking time. They've been once before that in 1986.
And they, by the way, they put a performance in.
Davies missed that penalty. Like they should have won
Yeah.
that game. So it's like, I get he shouldn't have taken that shot at Croatia, but it's like he was also trying to rally the troops because he knew they were good enough to get. So I think he left on his own terms, but it kind of felt like he got pushed out a little bit. I thought he was a good coach. Jesse Marsh comes in. He's done well, but it's like the players have done well. It's not like Jesse Marsh hasn't taken this team to a next level by any means.
Yeah, but every time he does an interview, he's talking about the U.S. because he feels like, the U.S. slighted him, not getting the
Well, it also
the
changes
opportunity.
every time. It's like, I turned them down. They didn't want me. It's like, well, how about will you just fucking coach Canada and let's get on with it? Like, it's going to be a
Do a really good job with Canada.
dude. It's going to be it's a massive storyline. And guess what? Instead of fucking doing whatever you do on the sidelines, how about you get a result against USA? And he did. They won that game against them in the 3rd and 4th place game.
But that speaks louder than words. Right?
Yes, it's like
you don't have to do the talking.
Like Jonathan
And that's what I'm
David.
saying.
Jonathan David is a good striker. Davies isn't playing right now. Very good player. Like this is the best group of Canadian players that we've seen.
Yeah.
So you still got to kind of prove it, but we'll see what happens. I mean, if everything goes as it should, it will be USA, Canada in the semis. But Mexico, like I said, Mexico's still the favorite. But you talk about Malik Tillman, man. Now after what he's done at the Gold Cup, he's got an offer from Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people realize how big of a Leverkusen won the Bundesliga last year.
Yeah.
They've lost a lot of players and they lost Xabi Alonso, but that's a massive, massive offer for him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Patrick,
He got an offer from Derby County, and there was another.
I obviously.
Why does he? I'm sorry, Jeff, but why does he get it so bad online? What's the issue with him?
I don't really know, to be honest. And a couple things where we don't have a striker like him.
Yes.
And people like, is he the cleanest right now? No. He needs more time he needs to become a clinical finisher. That comes with training, extra training of, finishing work every single day. And for me, playing in the Premier League, playing in the Championship, and knowing the difference of those two, I think he should just continue to keep playing. He needs to play games in the MLS where he's like doing really well. He's finding his form before he goes to Derby. And nothing against Derby, but he could play at a bigger club. He could play in the Premier League.
I don't think it's worth it. And also at Charlotte, you got Zaha there, man. Like, I think that's a good guy to kind of talk to and learn from too.
From making that jump and going to the MLS now, especially right before the season starts, and that adjustment, it's not saying he can't do it because he has the ability to do it for sure. But Breck, that championship is harsh, and for him to go there and to adjust and not having, especially in a World Cup cycle, and it's right the year before.
You're starting behind the 8 ball a little bit too, coming in late.
Well, it's a big thing for Tillman and him. If they move teams the year of the World Cup, let's say they don't adjust right away and they're not getting games, that's really going to affect the U.S. team, especially if they're our brightest players right now in the Gold Cup, right? Making moves. Go on, I'm just saying, making moves and it doesn't work out. It's going to take time. You're going to have to adjust, and maybe that affects their playing, their confidence, and we don't want that 10 months, 11 months before the World Cup.
No.
Yeah, and he went to University of Rhode Island, so he's close with Gareth Elliott, former, he's the head coach at URI. He has a good relationship with him, and first thing he asked is like, "Is this a good move?" This morning, And it was like, for me, it's one of those things. If I'm him, I want to go, right? I want to get over there. It's an opportunity. One, I think Charlotte's stupid for not offering a good contract. And this goes back to the MLS, how they offer, what they'll offer, maybe a couple million. He'll go over there, transfer window, and they'll be asking for 4 or 5 million for him. But they'll give him a shit contract offer here. And for him being a really humble guy, nice guy, he'll probably end up going there. Just he doesn't want to wait for another opportunity to come up that could be better. And I get that because I've been in that position. But if you're on that verge of making the squad or not, it will be completely up to you. If you have the mindset to say, hey, I'm going to do it, like no matter what, I'm going to tough it out. It's going to be hard as shit, but he can adjust to it and do it. But for me, it's one of those things where, do you take the risk, maybe not get playing time, and then you bring yourself down in the totem pole, or you back yourself and you say, hey, shit, I'm going to do it.
I'm curious to see when they have their full roster who leads the line, though. Like, is it still Balogun? Is he still the fucking head guy up top?
He's been hurt
I
for a while.
haven't seen enough of him.
Right?
Like he's always in and out. He's been injured. Okay, yeah, he's a great player, but how many games has he played in the last couple of years for the US?
Not many.
It just feels like whenever even the full squad is there, he's been injured.
What about Pepe?
I like Pepe, actually.
I like him a lot too, but for me, he's a guy you bring in
Off the bench.
Yes, he
Yeah.
changes the game. He's
Yeah.
dynamic. He doesn't like in the beginning of the game, you want more of a guy that's going to graft or can be special in a moment. But
He'll
I like
disrupt the
Pepe.
team. Yeah.
Say it
He'll
again?
disrupt it.
Yes.
I like that what Pochettino's doing, though, man, because if you get, like, he's kind of figuring things out with these guys, and then when you get the full squad in, like, these guys are only going to help you in a tournament like
They're gonna
that.
be rolling up their sleeves, man.
Yeah, like if they're not
Yeah.
starting, they're coming in late and they're going to help you because they've done it before at this tournament. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to see them winning because people were getting very disgruntled. I know the competition isn't that great, but like just for Pochettino to kind of get a fucking break of everybody being like, "Hey, this guy sucks."
Yeah.
It's like everybody just relax, like.
And Chris Richards, obviously, he's been getting a lot of high
Yep.
praise. And yeah, I think he's
For good reason.
For good reason. But then we have to realize the competition, give credit when credit's due. He's playing really well. But now let's see it when we play against some tougher teams and the organization in the back four, organizing what's in front of them. And that's kind of been a question mark over the last couple months of, who's the leader, who can organize the back four and take control.
Is Matt Turner the start? Like, is Zach Steffen out of, like, completely, or is he just not at this tournament?
No, I don't think he's not called in. So
it's Freeze and Matt Turner.
Say what?
It's Freeze and Matt Turner. That's like the top two right now. Is that correct?
I mean, it seems to be. I mean, like I think we discussed it last time. I mean, just Matt hasn't played.
Yeah.
He's been inconsistent, and with Freeze, okay, yeah, he makes a mistake, whatever. Like, how many mistakes has Matt made? And it's his chance for him to really step up and take advantage of the opportunity right now.
Well, as a player, a year is a long time, especially for a goalkeeper. So, I mean, any goalkeeper that's firing all cylinders right now could have a blunder, lose all confidence, or vice versa, where you start, whether a keeper is injured or healthy or not playing, and he starts playing and he gains confidence and towards January, February, March, and that's the guy you're going to want.
Where did he get the transfer to in France?
Who?
Turner. He went to France, right?
Lyon, I believe.
Was it? Oh no.
Am I wrong?
I thought it was, but I didn't want to say it because I wasn't sure. He did go to. Oh no! What a fucking mess, dude. Oh, it says his future's in jeopardy now because they got fucking relegated. Oh, fucking hell, dude.
I'll say it right now on air. I believe Lyon will be back in the French Division One before the season starts. That's just my personal thought.
So what was the problem? They were just too far into debt. They overspent. I was trying to figure out how they got relegated.
I think it's like there's so much debt that they've had that for them to continue on, they had to clear the debt.
Yeah, relegated to League Two after failing to clear debts. I wonder how many fucking warnings they got as well. You know?
Yeah, but they're gonna appeal. Then they're gonna get put. They're gonna get put back up.
I
Every
mean,
time
league.
you see
I don't
big
think.
clubs
Yeah, you said
have
it, Brek.
charges, it'll be fine.
Yeah, you said it, Brek. I don't think the league can live without Lyon. Like, there's not that. Is there that? There's not that many good teams in Ligue 1.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say the same thing when fucking the.
I mean,
Rangers.
Italy did it with fucking Juventus, so I guess it doesn't really fucking matter.
I mean, look at Glasgow. It's like Glasgow and Celtic, right? Like, come on,
You're right.
Rangers and Celtic, and they get relegated. And they end up having to fight their way up. I think the Eagle Football Club with John Texer and all that, of what they're trying to do. Obviously, there's things that we don't know, just like the financial fair play, and all those rules and regulations is constantly changing, constantly evolving. So having really good lawyers, all that. I mean, we talked about Man City having that many charges,
Every
but
year.
they hire some really good lawyers. They know the loopholes and certain ways to get around it. I mean, they're at the end of the day, they're spending money, but look at what they're doing. They're providing jobs. They're for training facilities, state of the art, and I think it's clearing the debt. And they've spent so much money on transfer windows and everything like that. It'd be interesting to see what happens because you got to make an example. Other teams in the Premier League were complaining. They were hoping that it happened to Man City, but they're kind of stupid because the reason why you want Man City to stay there, because what they're doing when they play against Man City, they're fucking making more money, by the way.
Yep.
So
Yep.
them going down and losing all of those points and everything like that, I mean, you're just hurting your own league. So
Is that not the same in League One?
say what?
Is that not the same in League One though? For Leon?
Of course, no, I'm saying that, but Man City doesn't have debt, right? They were like for rules,
that's true.
Leon is not paying; they haven't paid their debt. That's it.
Doesn't Texter own like a bunch of shit? I'm so confused how he's not clearing the
I'm pretty sure he created Dazin. No, Fubo.
Oh, he created.
Fubo.
So Fubo
Yeah.
has all of the English Premier League in Canada.
So the Texas Football, it's Eagle Football Group. They own Botafogo. They own it's a
You said a
team
small
in
part of
Brussels.
Crystal Palace now?
Yeah, Garling
Obviously
Brussels
Leon.
or something like that. So he owns three teams now, maybe a minority owner in Crystal Palace. So
Well, we can say Botafogo just made $21.6 million.
What a
Around
fucking
16.
dude!
take that money
Right
pay
after
off
we
that.
fucking last week, me and fucking Cameron last week, Brek, we go, no one's touching fucking PSG. Next day, they lose to fucking Botafogo, dude. I'm like, this is fucking great. Unbelievable.
PSG had an off night. They had an off night.
Unbelievable run for the Brazilian teams in this tournament, though. But now two of them play each other in the fucking knockout round.
And it's funny because they're getting slaughtered. Like European teams are getting slaughtered. People need to take their foot off. Like, chill out, guys. Okay, this is preseason. We can talk about this, right? What did the FIFA Club World Cup have to do? They had to bring the best players in. Okay, now
They're going into
some of these
off-season.
players,
As soon as they lose, they're in off-season, not even preseason yet.
100%. So they get a couple extra weeks. So some of these guys just went from qualifiers for their team, for their country, right? And then they had to go into a tournament. So really, how many weeks have they had? Maybe a week or two, if that.
Yeah.
And they're going right into a Club World Cup after the national team. And now they're in off season and they'll be starting preseason in a couple weeks after this. I mean, if you think about it, and that kind of goes back to if AC Milan was in the Club World Cup, you're telling me, like, look at Juventus.
Yeah,
McKennie's
there. Yeah,
like,
he's playing.
You have to realize these guys are playing. If they can get breaks, take advantage of the breaks. Because guess what? Landon, everybody that's saying stuff, the calendars weren't booked up as they are now.
Yeah,
They
there's
just
so
continue to
many
keep on
fucking
putting
tournaments, dude.
games.
There wasn't the Nations League. Like, it just never ends.
Right.
It literally
So
never ends. These guys get there's like every sport, like basketball is like, we got to shorten the fucking season. It's like, look at what soccer players do, man. Like,
look at NFL.
yeah,
14 weeks, man.
it's just you never get a break unless you're gonna take it, or your team. If your team's shite, then you get a longer break.
Yeah.
Like, if your team's constantly in the Champions League every year and fucking fight until the end to win a league, like, you're lucky if you get 2 weeks off. And even that, you'll go on the tour and you just will play maybe 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, you go on the Asian tours, you'll
Yeah.
go over there, you'll go play, the fans, everything, and all the sponsors. It doesn't stop. And it's like, okay, when are you
Could
going
you
to cut down?
could you imagine being on Man United after that season and then having to go to Asia? You're like, I just want to get away.
Dude, I went and saw him.
and then get your butt kick over there.
Buddy, that was like so the first time when Man United first came to Seattle, when they first started doing those tours, my dad's a big Man U fan, so we went. They played Celtic, and we were all juiced up because we were like, oh, all these guys are on the roster. Not one of those players played a fucking lick, dude. Not 1 minute, dude. It was fucking Celtics fans just blackout drunk. It was all time, dude.
I remember the same thing. It was was it Barcelona versus, what was it, Roma?
Yeah.
And then I got to see Roma versus Real Madrid. I think it was at the Giant Stadium in New York. I drove down there.
Yeah.
And it was like the first game, I didn't see any of the stars.
None.
And it was like the last game before they were headed back to Europe. And I got to see Zidane, they brought their ace.
Oh, yeah.
Figo came out, and I was like, okay, this is amazing.
That's
But
what
the game before that, yeah.
That's what I respect about the Club World Cup is they're playing their fucking guys because there's too much money. Like, I got to read this so I get it right. Inter Miami have made.
This is astonishing.
This is insane. I saw this tweet this morning. And I was like, what the fuck? Inter Miami have made $21.1 million in the Club World Cup by making the round of 16. That's 70 times what a team earns for winning MLS Cup, $300K.
How much money is that going into the players' pockets?
None. If they listen to this, if they somehow beat PSG and make the quarterfinals, earnings would be $34.2 million, 114 times that of the MLS Cup.
It's crazy,
dude. $300K for winning the MLS Cup.
Yeah,
dude. It used to be like $10K.
Why do you think like it's in MLS? It's different. Like, you lose a game, players don't care. What's
and
you play an extra month and a half to get to the cup, and for what? Like a little medal around your neck? Like,
but this is
no
the negative
incentive.
part.
Legit.
Yeah, this is the negative part about the MLS, and people don't want to say it. None of the other
because it's doing better. I don't mean to cut you off, Jeff, because it is doing better. So if you're not like, if I never
agree.
If I never talked to you two who played in the league, I would have never known any of this shit. Like, I don't think anybody knows what's actually going on with the league because we see the stadiums are full. Like, a lot of these stadiums are sold out week in, week out, man. Like, there is people following and going. There is massive MLS fans now.
I mean,
but that's the whole point from the league. It's like it's growing, it's doing better. So they just kind of give you what you need to keep you going. That's just how it works. But if the league would be probably better, probably stronger, probably more fight for players in each game if there was more incentive per game per the season.
Now, because it's a single entity, which means that it's run by the MLS, not individually, right? So each club, all these ownerships all around the world, they own Botafogo, they own Lyon. Like, owners, if they want to spend more money, okay, financial fair play now, but you invest in your training facilities, which we have. Let's take FC Cincinnati, for example. Their stadium, you were just there, but like,
phenomenal.
How amazing is that?
Beautiful stadium.
The stadium.
Yeah.
Stunning. Then you have a brand new training facility, and they want to expand and do more things with the academy, right? if they have the money, the ownership is phenomenal. Carl Lindner, basically owns all of Cincinnati, but how much money he's put into the club, if he wants to spend more, he should be able to. Now, there are other clubs around the MLS that want to put money in. And then there's some owners that don't really care. It's like we have an MLS team, like get owners that want to see the growth of it. But then at the end of the day, the players want to work for and be a part of clubs that they have that ownership that, hey, I want to do the next thing. We want to get you the best of this, best of that, best of that. And you'll see more players being taken care of and the rewards become greater. MLS doesn't reward their players. For playing an extra 5-10 games in the season, you get nothing. You go to the win the MLS Cup, 300K split between the whole team.
But how much of that would the players actually get out of that? Or does it all go to the owner?
Dude, I would be honestly, I'd say maybe, I could be wrong, no more than like 20-25 grand for a bonus, which is insane. I mean, sure, for some players, the average for a start win bonus is like $1,000.
Yeah.
Right? Parents fee. Dude, you're getting like 10,000 for an appearance over in England. Because the demand, the TV revenue. Now that goes back to the TV revenue deals in the US with the Apple deal. We all hear that they're struggling. They're thinking that the subscription should be significantly up, right? But now they're saying that it's actually harder for people to access it around the world, where before they had more access to it because it's limited in a particular area.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's going to be up for grabs in the next couple of years if, the subscription model and all that kind of stuff doesn't really work out for the MLS. But it's growing. It's getting massive. Why do you think the president of FIFA said, hey, I want to bring a World Cup here again?
Yeah.
Because we have the infrastructure, we have the facilities, we have everything. And they see how much money they can make here. I just don't think we invest in the talent on the pitch, we get more money, and these players get incentivized to fucking do better.
I also think, I know it's probably a ruthless way of thinking, but like, do we need the designated players and all that shit anymore?
No.
Can we just fucking, if Inter Miami wants to bring in I know Paul Pogba just signed with Monaco. If Inter Miami wants to bring in all these guys, I think that would be good for the league and not harmful to it.
I'm with you. I agree. If they want to spend money, do it.
Yes.
If FC Cincinnati wants to buy 10 players for $10 million, they should be able to.
Yes.
Because New England wants to use it as a tax write-off and do the bare minimum, then they should be able who cares? It's their fault, right? Not the league shouldn't put a cap on each team. The owners should be able to do what they want.
That's the no relegation, though. There's no fear of anything. You don't have, you know what I mean? It would be hard to do the relegation system because some of these USL stadiums, like, how many people can they hold? 10,000 maybe?
But what they could do, though, that team gets promoted, boom, here's $5 million.
Yeah.
You go 10 million for the addition of, more seats. Okay, there you go. I mean, that's what happens in the rest of the world.
I think even if it was just one fucking team, just a little bit of fear, you don't have to do 3 like the Premier League, even 2.
Yeah.
You could do 1 of every conference, maybe, sure, 2. But I think even if you just threw fucking 1 out there, man, just 1.
Jeff, could you imagine the last place team being knocked out, like, in salaries?
It would be electric because guess
100%.
what? Now
people
it's
be clawing
that
and fighting to the last second.
Yes.
Right now, there's no point.
Yeah. Okay, no biggie. Guess what? I get to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Like,
my paycheck still comes every week.
at the end of November, first week of November, they're on vacation already.
Yep.
I mean, for me, that just sets the tone. Okay, you make a sacrifice. Okay, guess what? Last place team, this. Make it challenging. You have to pay a fine.
Just 1.
Okay,
there's just a scare tactic, legit. Just that little bit of fear that maybe you're not gonna fucking get to do the same thing every year, no matter what. Just a little bit.
I mean, legitimately, I never lost so much when I went to FC Cincinnati. Like the guys that they came off a losing season that year, I joined in and I'm like, all right, we won a couple games. And it was just like, guys didn't give a shit after losing. It was crazy. The mindset, the mentality, they're like, oh, it's no biggie. I got a wooden spoon. What? They literally did not give a shit. And it was just like, oh, no big deal. Like, we'll finish the season and then you're in your off season.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
We'll rebuild
where's
for
the
next year.
consequences? I've been relegated, and a team. If you looked at our starting 11, we had Bojan, we had Shaqiri, Marko Arnautovic, Choupo-Moting. Like we had a squad, and we were relegated.
Yeah.
Monies get cut, and it's the pressure. What happens? It raises the standard. I think the application of the games and the intensity the fans would feel it, there'd be more passion on behind it.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's a domino effect for everybody because everybody's going to be tuning into it.
Oh, yeah.
The games matter.
And then that USL team going up would be fucking shattering, would be insane. Especially if you were a fan of them, man. Like, if you were a fan of a USL team that never had an MLS team and they've got up, you'd be fucking ecstatic, dude.
Dude, and you're telling me that one of the owners from the USL would be like, you know what? We own the club. Now I'm going up to the MLS, and now I'm there. I'm gonna pump money into
legit.
this.
Let me get whoever
They're
I
doubling
can.
down at
yeah,
that point,
dude.
right?
Because you
'Cause
want
I'm
to
not
stay
going back
up. Because
down.
now you're seeing the money that is there. I think just I don't think it will happen. I don't know how they would do it, but just the threat of one would be so awesome.
We can acknowledge that it's a difficult thing to put in place, but there is something that they could do to make, like you said, punishment for being last or some incentive.
Just something. And like I said, I think the way the MLS is gone and you're getting Zlatan has come over, Pirlo's come over, Messi's come over, Alba, Busquets. Like, we don't need the designated player anymore, man. No. We don't. Because it's just handcuffing these teams that want to bring in more guys.
The only negative to that is, though, are you going to get guys to go to Kansas City? Are you going to get guys to go to shit markets that's
why I was like, how the fuck is De Bruyne is going to go to Chicago? But then I'm like, Rooney played for fucking DC United, man. You know what I mean? Like, I was like,
they probably offered him a place at the White House.
Yeah, I thought back. I was like, Rooney fucking played for DC United. Like, you think about the guys like Benteke was playing. Where's Benteke now? Still, is he still
DC.
in DC? Yeah, how does DC United?
I mean, Rooney went back to England, then back to DC to coach.
Dude.
I mean,
the fact that Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo are legitimately the same age. Let's just if you have kids and they're at a point in their life where they're good at something, just show them those two next to each other and say, this is what happens if you take care of yourself, and this is what happens if you don't. Just that picture should be able to stick in their heads about,
What do you mean? If I took a picture of Rooney and showed my son that, I said, hey, this is one of the best footballers for 15 years in the entire world, he'd be like, no.
Dude, he's getting fucking bigger by the day, dude. Every time I see him on a show, I'm like, holy,
Yeah, Snyder blew up quicker than anyone I've ever seen.
Van der Vaart, too. Van der Vaart's a fucking unit now, too.
And he was 6 months later.
Van der Vaart rips every player in the world. Anytime he gets a microphone, he'll cook anybody, that guy, dude.
Holy shit.
What do you think?
I'm there for it, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I thought the MLS had a decent showing, though. Like, Sounders didn't do great. LAFC fought. Inter Miami made the second round. I had a text typed out to you guys. I was about to hit send when it was 2-0 Inter Miami. I was like, holy shit, we got a defense. Boom. There it was. Oh, buddy. I can't fucking that guy. They should have gave up a penalty, dude. I don't know this guy's name, and I say this every show, and I should know it. The guy with the curly hair at the back.
Alcon.
He fucking straight up tackled a guy on a corner in the ball. He is. I don't know how he gets a game, dude.
It's the same thing over and over again. It's the same thing, and I'm like, we're for the players, we're for that, but come on, man. if other people you can see it, it's the same thing. Then the right back goes on. He's good for at least a yellow card
Yeah.
or a fucking tackle or a gaff a game. It's a fact.
What about Suarez? Suarez top bins, dude. They slowed down that goal. Most Suarez goal of all time. Bounced off
Touch tackle, touch
everybody
tackle.
and
Tackle.
anybody fucking shelf off the goal in, dude.
It's unbelievable though. He knows what he's doing while he does it.
Dude, I fucking
We were
love
talking about
it.
that when we were there.
Yeah.
And at the game, and we were saying that, I got the pleasure of playing against them, and it's a work of art. It is a skill
Yeah.
that he has. It's like the best dribble tackler ever. Like you're dribbling, defender sticks his leg out, thinks he gets a ball, hits his knee, hits his shin, goes back to his knee, bounces right in front, cuts it, scores. Like it is I don't know what it is. It's like I don't know if it's just a skill.
Dude,
It's
legit.
great
He just has that.
work.
He'll have it till he'll have no knees, fucking moving the snail's pace, still doing the same. It's incredible what he's still able to do, man, with how
Absolute
bad his
baller.
knees are. I think
I agree.
I know that people are comparing the Club World Cup to like tournaments they shouldn't. Like I don't think
Yeah,
we need
no
to compare it to a World Cup or Euros or anything. But in the grand scheme of things, there has been some fucking bangers in this tournament, dude.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about a 4-4 the other night, a 2-2. The game I went to, Dortmund against that South African Sundowns team was 4-3. That Sundowns team could have been up 3-0 in the first 10. Dortmund was in shambles at the back.
Well, their other squad was in the dressing room saying it was too hot. Like, come on.
I love how they're the ones who put out the picture though. Dortmund tweeted it out. I was like, why?
How fucking stupid.
But
do they
then
have to
everyone grabbed, so they were just in there for the first half because I saw them all come out at half. And then everybody ran with they were in there for the whole game. It's like, all right, I understand they are being very soft, but they were also only in there for the first half. Like they weren't back there the whole game. I understand how soft it is. But
Bayern did it yesterday.
Yeah, same thing. Joe Bellingham, though, dude, in person, what a fucking house, man. Holy fuck, is he big?
Is he just
You
a
think he
second
could be
version
better
of
than
his brother?
Jude?
He was ragdolling people out there, man. Like, if he had the ball, you weren't getting near him. And I understand it's warm up. He took about 15 shots, and everyone was fucking top shelf. And he was throwing people around. He is big. He's probably not technically sound as Bellingham right now, at least.
Yeah.
But he is a fucking unit in the middle of the park. When they were up 4-1, subbed him off, and then the other team came back and made it 4-3. He was incredible to watch.
That'll be an interesting journey ahead of him. If kind of following his brother, right? Dortmund, and then imagine he goes to imagine the Bellingham brothers playing at Madrid.
Bellingham brothers
that's a fucking
Trent
story, by the way.
at fucking Madrid.
Can we talk about Trent getting smashed every game? And there's highlights of him just twiddle-dinking around. They're like 10 million for this.
The worst thing is he like set up a goal too. It's like no matter what he does, some Liverpool fan will have a 5-minute highlight tape of everything he did bad or low light tape. I'm kind of over it, to be honest. It's like whatever. It is what it is, dude. He's fucking Real Madrid,
But they did play better last game. They won 3-1
with a red card early too.
With a red card, and they were like just more composed. They were like, there were 1-2 touches. They were moving the ball around. They played well. But that's Haciendo. What is he doing, man? Like, come on, just. What are you doing? Dude, come on. You don't need to do that.
Juventus has looked good as well. Chelsea, I guess Chelsea won last night, so they'll go through. But they haven't looked great. They have so many players, man.
But they're not really playing like their main guys, are they?
But who are there?
A few. They're sprinkling them.
We don't even know who their main guys are anymore. There's so many.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like LAFC gave them a game.
Yeah, well, that goes to the the European clubs are feel like they're not on, firing on all cylinders right now coming into this.
Yeah.
Right.
Man City, Juventus tomorrow. That's a big one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who's the favorite?
PSG.
Who do you think? Just off the top.
PSG's favorite odds wise.
Well, obviously they should be, right.
I would imagine so. They're minus 550 against Inter Miami. So
Who are you taking? You taking Inter?
me
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that game.
Yeah.
I'll take Inter and a tie.
Let's get this thing to penalties. You just got to sit in. The worst part is Inter Miami can't sit in. We all know that. So it should go well.
Well, what time's the game at?
Noon Sunday
That's big favor for Miami.
in
All
Atlanta.
these guys have been complaining about the heat, like it's the worst thing in the world.
It's in a dome, so
Oh yeah, it's in Atlanta. Hopefully they open the roof.
the
MLS needs to.
I was looking at the
My
ticket.
toes hurt. My toes.
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
Too hot.
Atletico getting knocked out, man. That was tough for them.
Dude, they're
Not
happy. to
really.
go
I
back
saw
to
them
Madrid.
poolside all week.
Yeah.
Kudos to them.
Yeah, they're on vacation now, and they'll be ramping it up for La Liga.
What about that rumor, Gumpy, of Cardoso to Atletico?
Who?
Big move.
Where's he from?
The
U.S.
To Atletico? I didn't see this one.
Yeah, man. Fabrizio said it too, man.
Fabrizio, the
I
guy.
fucking missed
He's
it.
our guy. Can we get him on the show? Let's get Fabrizio.
I
Come on,
believe him.
man.
Whatever he says, I believe him.
I mean, he is fucking dialed in. He loves him some Real
Hey, he'll
Madrid,
sleep
though.
when he's
Did
dead.
you
He said
see-
it.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the thing that he said? It was like he came on and said, I think it was in a tweet, like, sometimes I'll have players message me to say that clubs, and I'll just say it just to get interest for clubs to get interested in them.
Dude.
I'm like,
I don't think you should
And
be
he'll
telling.
just-
I don't think you should be telling people that's what you're doing, brother. Like
No.
we know how the fucking game works, pal. You don't need to fucking tell us. He had Nunez supposedly going to Napoli for 50 mil. I don't mind that. Him and De Bruyne at Napoli.
I can see
Is
it.
the big guy still there
Who's that?
from Belgium?
Lukaku?
Taku?
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, I
What the
mean,
fuck are they gonna do?
you got
They're
you
playing,
got
they
Conte.
might go throwback 4-4-2. Let the boys run. I Nunez, I don't know. He had his moments, man. I think he is good because every time he plays for Uruguay, he's unbelievable.
Just
I
not for
agree. I just
Liverpool.
think some people need a new picture, maybe a new system. Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
I think the move might have been too early for him. I think he should have went Benfica, maybe somewhere, and then Liverpool. You know what I mean? I think the jump from Benfica to Liverpool at the time was a little bit too much with that price tag too, man. I think if you're
It's
a
hard.
young player and you were sold for $100 million, I think that's a lot of weight
lot
to
of
carry,
pressure.
especially
Oh,
at a
yeah.
young
Yeah.
age, man. And that guy, say what you want about Nunez, he wears his heart on his sleeve, man. You saw him
Yeah,
go
he
into
works his ass off.
you saw him go into a
Saw him in
crowd,
Copa America,
try and
didn't we?
fucking fight for his family. Anytime he scored, he kissed the badge and ran to the crowd. Like, I think Liverpool fans, although it didn't work out, I think they will look upon Nunez fondly for what he had, those magical goals and magical moments, even if he wasn't in form all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I can recall a few times you were like, get him off the pitch.
Oh, but then he had that. He set up Harvey for
He's
that
a
goal. He
wonderful,
set up,
man.
dude. He set up that. He beat that guy on the goal for Harvey against PSG when we fucking sat in the whole game. Like,
Dude, and this is the best part, right? Like, I was told this. You could be the best player on the field, and like, you make one mistake,
Yep.
and you'll get fucking crushed.
oh yeah,
Like, absolutely crushed. But you could be absolutely dog shit diabolical for 89 minutes of a game,
yep.
and you have one glimpse of brilliance, and you score a goal, you play a fucking perfect pass, you end up scoring. You are the best thing since sliced bread. And that's the
that's why we
beauty
love
of-
sports.
Think
There's
about
sports,
think about an
you know?
offensive lineman in football, dude. You could block a guy the whole game. He gets past you once, sack on a quarterback, third down late in the game. You fucking stink.
Fucked.
You've been
Yeah.
blocking your ass off for
Yeah.
4 quarters, dying out there. One sack. Everyone thinks you stink, dude, because you get blown by on one play.
It's
Cool.
I mean that's the beauty of fans. Obviously, I mean Just don't chat shit on fucking line.
Yeah.
Because we know those people, right? Like you have all these like telephone tough guys or people that they'll run their mouth, but then when they see you,
Yeah.
they won't say shit, or they're like, "Oh, hey, like, can I have a picture? Can I have your autograph?" But they're the ones that fucking chatting shit online. And come on, man, like, how many times you go to a game and you have like people going like this to you and like all sorts of everything. But then after the game, they're like, "Oh, you all right, mate?" You
Shake
see them in
hands.
the market
Yeah.
taking a
Good
picture.
game. Good game.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, if you know
I
those
don't know.
guys, they have the perfect plan. They could execute it. They could win the league, no problem. You get them in
Yeah,
there, yeah.
Oh
Fucking
yeah.
it's like
shambles.
it's like going to a golf match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You watch these guys. You listen.
Just
Breck and I
screaming the
went to
most absurd
live,
shit after every fucking shot, dude.
dude. Last year, where would it be? It was the live, right? We were
at
walking.
Miami Doral.
We're following Kepka, right?
Yeah.
And the guy pulls up and he's like, "You know what? This is a par four. You should probably lay up here, drop it here." And I looked over my shoulder. I'm like,
Yeah. Oh.
this guy's played professional golf, man. He knows the fucking yardage,
Dude.
everything. And I'm like, do you have any fucking idea what you are talking about? Let this guy play. He's a professional. Like, because I guarantee you couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
So appreciate what's in front of you with these players. That's all.
There was Nico Williams reportedly going to Barcelona too, man. Holy shit.
What are they going to do on the wings? At least Ansu Fati, right? He's on loan to. They gave him a new contract, but he's on loan to
Yeah.
Monaco, correct?
Yeah, but like him and fucking Yamal were unbelievable for Spain anytime they
Yeah.
play together. That Barcelona team keeps getting better, dude.
Along with
Yeah,
this.
but what are they going to do with Nico and Rafinha and Lamal?
Rafinha maybe plays in the middle, I guess.
Be interesting to see how long they stay there though.
They just
Like
bought a young kid too, another young kid.
Rafina, I'm just saying, like, like not like it's like an expiry date, but like at some point they become so big,
Yeah.
right? And they want to, I don't know, a change, right? Or I
Rafinha
don't know.
from Leeds playing for Leeds too. You know what I mean? Like the funny thing, think about the players that are on these teams that get relegated, dude. It's like Rafinha is legitimately up for Ballon d'Or. It's like guy was on a Leeds team that got relegated.
Yeah,
And then see what he does, and what a season last year.
he won't repeat that.
You don't think so?
No, I think he'll be good. I don't think he'll repeat. I mean, how many goals did he score?
Dude, he was lights out.
He scored 14 in Champions League, maybe 35 overall. He's not going to do that again as a winger.
When I saw his stats at the end of the year after how much we were talking about Yamal, I was like, holy shit, we might have been should have been giving Rafinha a little more flowers here, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's just in general. I think Barcelona's starting to rebuild, and
It's interesting with like Real Madrid. It's it'll be if Barcelona wins the league again this year.
yeah,
I want to see Ancelotti.
So young as well.
I want to see Ancelotti fix Brazil, man. I need fucking Brazil to be good again. World football needs Brazil.
World
to be
football
good.
needs it. 100%.
We do, man.
if he goes in there and he fixes them,
Imagine they just he comes in and they win the fucking World Cup after how shite they've been, dude.
he'll be like this with a cigar in his mouth, and it will be like a boss, like, because there's no doubt, man. This is he'll be smoking one of these on the sideline every.
I would love to see it. Especially everyone complaining about the heat this summer. Imagine next summer, who's going to thrive? Argentina, Brazil, these countries that are just used to it.
Yeah, South American countries for sure.
Because I grew up
sticky grass, right? The sticky grass. That's where they thrive. European teams cannot handle when the grass is not wet, perfect. I mean, Jude's complaining about the pitches.
Yeah, I didn't love that.
It's like, I mean, you're just in a European, you're just used to such a perfect pitch and water, and the ball moves so nice. Dry pitches favor the South American teams.
Like I grew up watching like Ronaldinho and Rivaldo and Romario. You know, it's like I don't like seeing Brazil not as like one of the world powerhouses in soccer. I really don't.
They need to do that commercial again in the airport.
Oh
It's
yeah.
unbelievable.
Dude.
Unbelievable.
That
That team,
that
though. Look at
just
the
jacked
players on
you
that
up.
team.
Dude, remember the team? Like they got walked by France in '98. They won in '94 in the shootout.
Done.
Taffarel, fucking legend in net in '94. But what Baggio over the bar hit that thing to the moon.
I'm sorry, but like those teams for me, like the 1998, where like France,
Dude.
Brazil, the semifinal. Honestly, like that game was breathtaking.
Yeah.
Like just if you watch any football match, go back and fucking watch that again, and you're gonna see like one for me Zidane and what he did, and he did the Brazilian thing
Dude,
to
they
Brazil.
walked Brazil 3-0 in the final. It was
It
absurd. And
was
like going into it, like I was 13 years old. I was like, this Brazil team's untouchable. Not a thought in my head.
untouchable.
And it was like France just walked them. And then you hear all the shit afterwards. There was a fight in the change room. And then they come back 2002 and they beat Germany in the final after Oliver Kahn talked all that shit. That was when Oliver Kahn and fucking Jans Lehmann couldn't be in the same fucking room.
Holy shit,
Oh,
man. It just,
man.
but think about it. Brek, you made a great point. The World Cup here next year, it's going to favor the South American teams, especially for the early kickoff games. That's going to be fucking hard. You'd think to, 5, 7, 9 o'clock kickoff, something like that, where, those early games, and it's hard to get. I mean, you're seeing it. The tickets, right? To sell some of these stadiums, these early kickoffs, people don't want to be sitting in fucking stadiums sweating balls, like
I think they'll
it's
be packed. I think it's a
I think
for
the
the
World
World
Cup will be
Cup,
different.
no doubt.
It's a tough
World
sell,
Cup, no
man.
doubt.
If you put everyone's like, oh, there's 50 people here. It's like, guess what? If you put a team from South Korea and a team from South Africa
In Orlando.
to play anywhere, to be honest, not just the U.S. Like, do you think if that game was in Canada, people would be at it?
No.
It's like it's just the big games are getting people out. I thought there would have been a little bit more at the Dortmund game just because Dortmund has a big following and that Cincinnati stadium the in and out at Cincinnati, there was a lot less.
It's a big German community.
Yeah,
there, by
like
the
there
way.
was a lot less people there, but the in and out of the Cincinnati stadium was definitely a little bit better than the fucking Hard Rock. But
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
would you rather like for games like these, right? For my personal opinion, you can play. Okay, the Rose Bowl is different.
yeah,
That's a special, but you playing at MetLife or Red Bull Arena, or you would want to play in for me, like a Cincinnati stadium, and how
the actual
perfect
soccer
size.
stadium, man.
Yeah, and that intensity, you can feel it. And the way it was designed, obviously the fans are when that place is rocking, you can feel it. And you kind of just lose that.
I don't
sense.
like even for the Club World Cup that both semis and the final are at MetLife. It's like, could we not?
I don't like that either. But you got to think like they're thinking New York, Miami, direct flights from wherever people are coming from.
True.
Cincinnati, you got to make a stop. So logistically, that's probably how they're thinking, right? But putting
Yeah.
the semis and the final in the same stadium for me is
Like, I think you still could have had
Not
one of the
should happen.
semis at Hard Rock, Brek.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Like, you've had so much of the tournament there, and now you're just going to say, we're just fucking semis and finals at MetLife. It's like, maybe you could put one somewhere else, but then I guess maybe the teams would complain about the travel. I don't know how that works. But it's interesting to
I
me.
mean, they're all on their home bases anyway, so they're going to be traveling out right after the match.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's just interesting with how we've gone to all the stadiums. Like, even I would say, put the final in the fucking Rose Bowl, dude.
I mean, that
Like, if
would
you're
be
going to
fucking
play it in a
phenomenal.
football stadium, why not the Rose Bowl?
Yeah,
Like-
100%.
Who gives a fuck about playing at MetLife? I understand it's New York. I get it. Yeah.
Who gives a shit
Nobody-
about New York?
And nobody cares about that. Like, nobody
Not me.
outside of America cares about playing in New York either.
Because you know what? To be honest, the way it is
But in
there,
Vegas.
And it's a turf field, man, so they're going to have to roll out the grass on it. I don't hate the idea of Vegas either.
Or SoFi
that
in
Vegas
LA. That
would be
thing is
insane.
sweet.
Or Arizona. Poof.
Yeah.
That stadium for me is one of the nicest stadiums that I played on. Their pitch, it rolls right outside, rolls back in. I mean, come on, that's a perfect stadium. And Scottsdale's a great place. People go out and party. There you go. You have everything.
That's all you need.
I mean, right here, South Florida, Hard Rock.
Not
right?
bad either.
Not bad. So, Gump, you coming down this weekend or?
I'm
is that what you're
Atlanta.
saying?
I'm Atlanta this weekend. I'm
Oh,
going to
goodness.
see fucking Inter Miami beat PSG and earn another $13 million.
And then the
Yeah.
players get what? What does the players get?
I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys to figure that out. But
So we haven't really heard much about that. The league, the PFA hasn't really said anything. Everything's kind of gone silent there. But can we add something there? They what? So Inter's got 21 million,
yeah,
right? How much did they spend to get in?
none.
They didn't spend any money.
They're champions, dude. They're fucking, what are you talking
Champions of
about?
what?
They're
Champions
fucking
of what?
champions, dude.
Of what though?
What do you mean?
They're champions
Messi won.
of the,
Messi
of the
won,
league.
No, Messi won World Cup at Argentina. Jordi Alba and Messi won a Champions League at Barca all those years ago. Same way Auckland City got. Same way Auckland City got it by beating a bunch of bus drivers in 11-11 game.
Fucking hell.
Now, CONCAFA is going to get in next year.
Dude,
Come on, man.
Dude, they finally put at the end of the tournament Auckland semi-pro team. It's like, how?
Hey, they tied fucking Boca Juniors though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
That was wild.
Look,
And
that's a little bit
they scored an
embarrassing
own
for
goal.
Boca.
Boca Juniors' goal was an own goal,
I know.
which is
A little
wild.
embarrassing for Boca Juniors there.
That's
You know,
It pissed a lot of people off right there.
I mean, that's a fact. They should be embarrassed.
I agree.
I mean,
You don't
Yeah.
fancy Auckland City?
I think they showed well. They went out with a bang, man.
did.
They got a point.
Semi-pro. I don't understand how the teams get in. I really don't. That's the one thing I will have to figure out.
Neither do I.
They'll figure it out in 2029 for the next Club World Cup back in America. We'll see you all next week. Cheers.
Oh.